When men over 60 stops engaging in regular sexual activity, including masturbating their bodies, interpret this as a signal that these functions are no longer needed. Here's what nobody tells you about getting older as a man. Your body doesn't just slow down, it starts shutting down systems you thought were permanent. And the biggest lie, that this is natural. I've spent 35 years investigating health stories, and I've never seen a crisis as silent and deadly as what's happening to men over 60 right now. Men's made one critical mistake in their 60s that accelerated their decline by decades. This isn't about genetics. It's not about bad luck. It's about a health truth. I'm so uncomfortable that most doctors won't even discuss it with their patients. But today, we're breaking that silence. What I'm about to share isn't just theory. It's based on medical research that's been buried for years. The consequences of ignoring this information aren't just uncomfortable, they're deadly. We're talking about hormonal collapse, organ failure, and emotional devastation that could all be prevented with knowledge most men never receive. If you're over 60, or if you care about someone who is over 60, next 10 minutes could be the most important of your life. Every year, thousands of men over 60 experience what I call the silent shutdown. Their energy disappears. Their confidence crumbles. Their bodies begin to fail in ways that seem mysterious, but are actually predictable. The tragedy, most of these men think they're doing everything right. They eat well, they exercise, they take their medications. But they're missing one crucial element of health maintenance that society has taught them to ignore. Stay with me, because we're about to expose the 4 deadly consequences of this oversight. And more importantly, how to prevent them before it's too late. Let me tell you about a 67-year-old veteran who walked into my office last month, confused and frightened. "Doc," he said, "something's wrong with me. I don't feel like a man anymore." Frank's story isn't unique. Every month, I hear from men who describe the same terrifying experience. Their bodies are forgetting how to be male. Not gradually, but suddenly. One day they felt normal. The next day, something fundamental had changed. Here's what's actually happening when men over 60 stops engaged in regular sexual activity, including masturbating. Their bodies interpret this as a signal that these functions are no longer needed. It's like telling your muscles they don't need to work anymore. Your circulatory system begins to shut down blood flow to essential areas. Nerve pathways that once carried important signals start to atrophy. Tissues that need regular oxygenation begin to deteriorate. Think of it like this: if you stopped walking for 6 months, your legs would forget how to carry you. The same principle applies to sexual function, but the consequences go far beyond the bedroom. When sexual function declines, it triggers a domino effect throughout your entire system. Your hormone production crashes. Your cardiovascular health suffers. Your mental clarity diminishes. Your emotional stability weakens. I've seen vibrant, confident men become shadows of themselves within months. Not because they were sick, but because they unknowingly triggered their body's shutdown sequence. The second consequence is even more insidious because it happens invisibly. Your testosterone, the hormone that makes you feel like a man, begins to crash at an accelerated rate. Here's the terrifying part. Once this decline reaches a certain point, it becomes irreversible. No amount of medication, therapy, or lifestyle changes can bring back what's been lost. But here's the hope: if you catch it early, if you understand what's happening, you can stop this cascade before it destroys your quality of life. Normal aging causes testosterone to decline gradually. But when men completely stop sexual activity after 60, that decline becomes a freefall. I've seen men lose 40% of their testosterone in just 6 months. When this happens, you don't just lose your libido. You lose your identity. Your energy disappears. Your muscles weaken. Your bones become brittle. Your cardiovascular system becomes vulnerable. Low testosterone doesn't just affect your body, it destroys your mind. Men with crashed hormone levels experience depression, anxiety, and cognitive decline at rates that would shock you. One patient told me, "I don't recognize the man in the mirror anymore." That's not vanity talking, that's hormonal devastation. Here's what most people don't know: regular sexual activity, including masturbation, is one of the most effective natural ways to maintain healthy testosterone levels in older men. It's not about indulgence, it's about hormone regulation. When you stop this activity completely, you're essentially telling your body it no longer needs to produce male hormones. And once that production stops, getting it back requires years of therapy and thousands of dollars, and if it's even possible, The third consequence affects an organ that every man over 60 should be protecting: your prostate. And what I'm about to tell you might save you from years of pain and potentially life-threatening complications. Your prostate produces fluid that needs to move. When it doesn't move, when there's no regular ejaculation, that fluid sits and thickens. Pressure builds, inflammation develops, pain follows. I've seen men who went from feeling perfectly healthy to needing surgery, all because they didn't understand that their prostate requires regular maintenance, just like any other organ. Here's the most serious part. Research suggests that regular ejaculation may help reduce prostate cancer risk by preventing the buildup of potentially harmful substances. When that fluid stagnates for months, it may increase long-term cancer risk. One Harvard study found that men who ejaculated regularly had significantly lower rates of prostate cancer. This isn't just correlation. There's a biological mechanism at work. The tragedy is that most prostate problems in older men are completely preventable. Simple, regular maintenance can prevent years of pain, expensive treatments, and potentially life-threatening complications. But because this topic is considered taboo, most men never receive this crucial information until it's too late. The fourth and most devastating consequence is the one that breaks my heart. The slow death of your spirit. This isn't just medical, it's existential. When men stop engaging in any form of sexual activity, they don't just lose physical function. They lose their connection to their own vitality. They begin to feel invisible, unwanted, unnecessary. This isn't psychological weakness, it's neurological reality. The chemicals released during sexual activity are essential for emotional regulation, mood stability, and mental health. Without these natural mood regulators, men become isolated, withdrawn, and apathetic. They stop engaging with life. They stop pursuing interests. They stop connecting with others. I've seen once vibrant men become hermits, not because their circumstances changed, but because they lost touch with their own life force. This consequence steals something precious: your dignity. It takes away the quiet confidence you once carried, the warmth you once offered, and leaves behind a shell you no longer recognize. But here's the truth I want every man to hear. It's never too late to reclaim your vitality. Never too late to reconnect with your own life force. Never too late to feel like yourself again. Gentlemen, I've spent 35 years investigating health stories, and I've never encountered information more crucial for men over 60 than what we've discussed today. The belief that sexual activity becomes unnecessary after a certain age isn't just wrong, it's deadly. Your body doesn't stop needing maintenance. If anything, it needs more attention, more respect, more care. The choice is yours. You have a choice. You can continue believing the myths that society has taught you, or you can take control of your health based on medical science. This isn't about lust or indulgence. This is about survival. This is about maintaining your dignity, your energy, your identity as you age. If this message resonated with you, you're not alone. Thousands of men are reclaiming their health using this information. You can join them. Don't wait until symptoms appear. Don't wait until damage is done. Your body is sending you signals right now. Listen to them. This is Dr. James Mitchell, and I'm proud to be part of the Life After 48 community, a channel dedicated to giving you the health information you need without the shame or silence that has kept too many men in the dark. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button, subscribe for more life-saving health information, and share this with any man who needs to hear it. Your comment could encourage another man to take control of his health. Remember, you're not done yet. Your best years can still be ahead of you, but only if you have the courage to break the silence and take action. Stay strong, stay informed, and stay alive. See you in the next video.